So, as you guys been hearing a lot about a particular man by the name of Chairman Paul Birdsong, he was discovered doing a video calling out ICE. He claims to represent the Black Panther Party in Philadelphia. We saw him, saying that what he was going to do to ICE, and ICE knows better, if he's out there along with the Black Panthers. And then, of course, everybody was like, well, who is this guy, right? So it's been discovered that he, wore a bunch of titles at one point in time. He's a blood in Los Angeles, and then, that something else, right? Now he's the chairman. So a lot of black folks called him out, right? Including the original Black Panther Party. You had the niece that called him out. It was just a lot. And so they decided to change the name to the Black Lion Party. Now people are saying, well, lions aren't black. I don't know, right? But I'm bringing that up because, yes, we, myself included, I think we did a pretty good job of saying, hey, black folks, don't fall for that. Don't fall for the Black Panther Party, because we've seen what happens to, black organizations that, carry weapons, right? To a thing, which they're allowed to do. But when the government sees a whole bunch of black folks, talking about what they gonna do, and they got this artillery and stuff, they're like, no, you not. Again, we know what happened with the Black Panther Party there in California. Ronald Reagan, who was the governor at the time, said, oh, that's what they doing? They showing up to the state capitol with all those weapons, talking about what they not going to put up with, and they changed the law, right? The Mulford Act basically said, you won't be carrying it out in the open no more, right? And that was specifically due to the visuals of black folks carrying weapons. Okay. So we woke everybody up about that for the most part. There's still some people like, well, you guys are hating. All right, whatever. So I say all that to say that we have rang the alarm about him, Paul Birdsong. We need to also continue to ring the alarm about the other things that we fall for, like the Democrat Party. And I'm not saying we should fall for the Republican Party, but we fall for the antics of the Democrat Party because we think that the Democrat Party is the party of black people, right? Oh, that's who we need to be voting for. And I guess so, because that's who we vote for the most as black voters, right? I'm not saying we need to be doing that, but that's the ideology, right? But I always say, if you're for something, don't you do to help something to help that person, something positive? Aren't you pro that group of people? Right? Because it's not just us, but a lot of us, when I say us collectively, right? Black voters, we run around talking about vote blue no matter who. And it's like, why? Why do that? What is that blue doing for us? Right now, we're witnessing Democrats, especially a lot of them that say they are for black folks. They're running around trying to abolish ICE and, running up into, they're trying to anyway, detention centers and a whole host of things. And they're not even talking about black Americans at all. And if they do, they talk about black and brown. Well, why are you talking about black and brown, especially if you're on the Congressional Black Caucus? The Hispanic Caucus don't talk about black and brown, but the Congressional Black Caucus does. So we need to wake people up about those type of things, right? We also need to wake our people up, since we didn't, rain the alarm on Paul Birdsong about how we spend money with everybody else but our own, right? They said that we'll see about $2 trillion in the near future in the black community, but we give 97% of that away to everybody else, only keeping 3%. So we need to wake everybody else about that and say, hey, why are you doing that? Why are you giving another group of people, whether it's the Asians, the Arabs, white people, Hispanics, why are you giving them all your money? Why don't you want to build businesses in the black community? I know there's systemic and institutional racism, but that still doesn't stop us from building businesses, right? Or how about we ring the alarm about boycotting? I'm not talking about getting out there protesting, the boots on the ground stuff, but boycotting with our dollars and saying stop spending money with a system of oppression. That's easy to do. Nobody's making you spend money, right? Now, of course, there's things you need. That's understandable, but keep your money. Don't go out there and buy all the things you want and spend all the want money with people who don't care anything about you, because that's what we do, right? So again, yes, we're good at ringing the alarm about the things that, we do to each other. He this or she that, she great, whatever. Some of those people might deserve it. But we also need to talk very loud and all over the place about the other things that harm us, but we seem to be okay with. So anyway, y'all let me know what you think of that. And And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube. Peace.